There, don't be alarmed. We're just preparing your listening device for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving. We do this, of course, by filling the radio with water. Don't worry, we're professionals. Thanks to me, you won't even get wet. You see, I've crammed every appendage of my body into the cracks and crevices of your radio, ensuring an airtight seal. By the way, don't touch your on-off knob. That's a very sensitive area. Anyway, I should remind you, we believe in the buddy system just like diving, so don't listen alone. Call your buddy and tell them that Scuba Radio is about to begin.
We're gonna start a new life under the sea.
So, am I gonna drown?
Of course not. Just stay calm and let the gentle currents relax your every muscle.
Under the sea, under the sea.
Did it just get warmer?
There'll be no accusations, just friendly crustaceans under the sea.
Where the hell are the sharks?
And now, here's your dive guide for Scuba Radio, Greg the Dive Master.
And welcome. This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. We have a special guest in the studio today. Hannes is his name. I got it right because I kept calling him Hannes during the World of Boating radio show because he was hanging with us for that too. But I got it right. Hannes. We're Hannes. You're not Hannes. We're Hannes. You're Hannes from Austria. He also works with Scuba Jet, by the way. So we're going to talk about the Scuba Jet dive scooter. It's actually a pretty cool little device. And he came all the way from Austria to join us in the studio today, which is kind of cool. Has quite an extensive background, film, TV, all that kind of stuff. He kind of hang with the big Hollywood guys.
Yeah, it's absolutely.
Yeah, he does film and all that kind of stuff. So I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, why the hell would he bother wasting his time on Scuba Radio today? Because basically he had nothing else to do. Is that right?
Absolutely, man. No, I'm really happy to be on the show, Greg. So thank you so much for having me.
Well, I kid, but it's an honor to have you with us today, and we're going to dive in a little deeper into Hannes's background as a diver, as maybe some film stuff. You'll share a few stories, and then of course we'll talk about the Scuba Jet too, right?
Yes, we have some exciting news coming up.
I love it. We love new toys as divers. So we also have Barry the Bugger connected via the web as part of the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad. Bubble Boy.
Hola.
And Jerry the Diver Guy, Mermaid Kristen, and even Scuba Matt. Or what did we decide to call Matt, the blind diver? Or he's blind. And what did we call you last time? I know you're down at the Gomez Hilton, but I had a new slug line for you. What was it? Blind. What is it? Help me out, Matt. What is it?
How about Super Matt?
Super Matt? No, that doesn't describe what he is. He's a diver who is blind, and he still dives regardless.
That makes him super.
Yeah, but it doesn't tell you what he is.
Oh, Walt messed it up. I knew he would.
No, he didn't.
I told him, don't touch the computer.
What are you doing?
I didn't mess it up, but no. I think you should call him Matt the Blind Treasure Finder.
There you go. That's Matt. That's right. Matt the Blind Treasure Hunter was the term we came up last week, but Matt the Blind Treasure Finder, evidently, because he's at the Gomez Hilton. Did you guys just finish your dive in the canal there, Captain Walt? Is that what they
just beginning?
Just beginning, okay. But you're expecting to find something.
Did you get your tetanus shot before you went in there?
No, they've already been in there once. If they lived since the last one, they're good. They're clear.
They need a booster.
Yeah, they've been through their quarantine, so they're fine. But that's good. So we got Matt with us today. Bryce hanging out there too with you today, Matt, or is it just you?
No, it's both of us. Bryce is over there on the computer right now. We'll get him here in a second.
Okay. Yeah, I saw this video before we did the show today. Bryce is the big YouTube guy we were talking about. He's been on the show with Matt the last few weeks. And these guys do a YouTube channel. And this week they did a live stream where they went into some abandoned psych ward or, I don't know, some crazy thing. And I was watching this, and then they found, like, blood and everything. I was like, what the hell is going on, man?
Thanks, bathroom.
Yeah. It was scary stuff, really scary, creepy. And look, so, these guys are obviously immune to every bacteria known to man because they go, crawl through all these crazy spaces and then share their adventures on YouTube. It's what the kids are into these days. Yeah, they do that in Austria, Hannes?
Not that much, I would say.
Not that much, okay. But, that's just what these guys are doing. And I find it fascinating. I was like, I'm glad they're doing it and sharing it with us because I don't want to be there. You know what I mean? And if they live through it, they got a story to tell and to show the world. So it's kind of interesting stuff. And they're trying to do some more diving there, evidently today at the Gomez Hilton. And by the way, I got to ask, Matt, are you guys on a mission today down there in the canal or what?
Yeah, it's always a mission, but we're going to go back and explore some things that we spotted last time, see what we can pull up.
Okay, so they had some hits on their metal detector or something, I guess, and you're going to go down and explore and maybe pull up that treasure that Walt was referring to. Is that possible, Matt, the treasure finder?
That's the goal today.
Okay, I love it. All right, I got to ask. Captain Walt, you taking your standard 10% or what? What do you hit those kids up for? What do you think?
Well, I get 10%.
Yeah.
Julio gets 10%,
Okay.
and Mr. Gomez gets 10%.
There you go. That makes sense.
The big guy.
Captain Walt and his alter egos each get 10%. That's pretty much standard in the industry.
It's not a bad split, 70-30.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, those sound like Hollywood numbers, right? Honest?
Almost, yeah.
Yeah. See,
I'm all for
okay.
the 80-20 rule.
He hasn't given you a bill for the booze yet.
Well, okay. There's a little bit of that has to be taken into account too. But they'll work that out when they check out of the Gomez Hilton. All right, so a lot of stuff going on today. Jerry the diver guy with us too, but I don't see him right now. What the hell happened to him, Barry? What is he doing? Do we
I
know?
don't know. He had some guest over there. I think he just disappeared.
Okay, or just that time of day where he had to take care of business, and it just happened to coincide with the beginning of the show. I'm guessing.
not answering that one.
Because, he was on our boating show today, which was kind of unique. He's thinking about getting a boat that he can, purchase and commute back and forth between the mountains of Virginia and Florida a little bit more often. And that'd be nice.
And if you look behind Walt, that's where he wants to dock it.
Right. Well, I mean, he'll have to, I don't know what the dockage fees are at the Gomez Hilton, but he'll have to work out a deal. And obviously he's going to have to pay off Julio and who?
Mr. Gomez.
Mr. Gomez, Julio, and Walt. So it's three. I don't know. He might even have to pay off the drunken sailor for all I know. He might want to weasel in on some of that.
Where is the drunken sailor today?
He's probably under the dock. I bet that's what Matt and Bryce are going to find when they go jumping off in the canal.
Could he be the one-legged?
Yeah, well, that's right. Maybe you'll find the drunken sailor's other boot when they jump into the water. That's what they found last time. Yeah, okay. Oh, it was that.
Won't say where. But...
Okay, so we're going to find out what diving in a canal is like. Hopefully, we're going to find out a little bit about stone crab fishing a little bit today, too. I got some reports that Mermaid Brittany, not Mermaid Brittany, the Aqua Gypsy Brittany has been exploring with some stone crabs and hunting for them. And that's on my list. So we're going to dive a little bit into that as well. But we got to talk about this scuba jet and what Hannes does. Now, Hannes, we're Hannes. He's Hannes. I got to make sure I keep that straight on it.
That's okay, man. When I go to Starbucks, you wouldn't imagine what types of names I get there.
Coffee for Hannes. Coffee for Hannes.
Yeah, I think today it was Hanks, actually.
Hanks?
Yeah.
Okay, as long as you know it's your coffee.
Exactly.
That's all that matters.
That's the most important thing.
Right.
Not Hansel, Greg. Don't call him Hansel.
Quit it. Just stop. Yeah, but he's kind of a big deal. You traverse back and forth from the state, all over the world. Last time I talked to Hannes, he was in Moscow, of all places. And I told him, I said, wow, I think this is the first time I've done a Skype. It was actually, we did Zoom or something, right?
I think it was Teams or something.
We did one of those kind of FaceTime things. And he said he was in Moscow. And I'm like, oh, this is awesome. I've never talked to someone live in Moscow. And now all I got to worry about, or I don't have to worry about it, but now the government is really watching me.
That's true, yeah. But, in Moscow, it was like 24 degrees, right? So, I was really happy coming here this week.
I bet it was. So, you're in the States. We're having a pretty nice day today and taking advantage of the weather. Stop by the studios to join us. And you brought one of the scuba jets with you. I have a couple as well. We're getting ready to do a big adventure with the scuba jet product. Now, those of you who don't know, go to scubajet.com. You can follow along with us at home. But this thing has been out how long, Hannes?
So actually the company started about 4 years ago, but that's already the second version now. So this is, I brought the smallest one, so that's the Neo.
Oh, okay.
That's actually the newest one. So
Oh, I didn't. I didn't know that. The one we have is a little larger than that.
Exactly, because you got the Pro, and that's the Neo, so that's the entry level one. So
right,
that one has
that one has just a smaller battery.
Smaller battery, that's
okay,
correct.
But it still runs for quite a long time, I would imagine,
yeah,
right?
Because this one has about 500 watts. It's actually the smallest and most versatile one on the market. So it's about 5 pounds.
Yeah. And that's what you got to love about these things. You know, we've been doing Scuba Radio for so long. I've seen scooters come and go for divers, and I'm a big fan. I used to do that quite a bit. But the problem you have with dive scooters is they're wieldy. They're, if you want to take them on a chartered dive boat, there's never room because, you have all the tanks taken up and stuff. It's a big mess and a hassle. But they've come up with a pretty cool solution. We'll dive in deeper with it next. Stay close to the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Need an escape from reality for a while? Your favorite scuba action star, Mike Scott, is back in an all-new audiobook, Cayman Cowboys: Reefs Under Pressure. From the brilliant mind of author Eric Douglas comes the thriller that started it all. Listen as Mike unravels the death of a girl, the protest of new development, and the systemic destruction of coral reefs, all against the stunning backdrop of Grand Cayman Island. This one's got it all: submarines, kidnapping, betrayal, and more.
He didn't even have fins or a mask to let him see in the water. He was going to be slow and blind. If it weren't for the float, he knew there would be no way he would ever make it to the surface. When he was ready and completely relaxed, he wrapped his arms through the straps of the seat cushion and gently slid into the water.
Dive back into adventure with Cayman Cowboys. Also available, Oil and Water, Return to Cayman, Turks and Chaos, and Lionfish. Download all 5 audiobooks now at Amazon, booksbyeric.com, or audible.com.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of Scuba Radio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures Scuba Radio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Radio.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with ScubaRadio.
ScubaRadio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
ScubaRadio.
Dive, dive, dive.
So I'm going to eliminate Scuba Diver. When I was watching her there on the Secret Studio, her mouth expressions didn't say singer to me. I think Scuba Diver is a bad singer.
So Scuba Diver, let's see your voice!
I need a hero! I'm holding up for a hero till the end of the night. And he's gotta be strong, and he's gotta be fast, and he's gotta be fresh from the fight. I need a hero!
Scuba Diver!
You were wonderful!
You were wonderful because you were awful! Scuba Diver, you just won Loretta $10,000! Please give it up for the Scuba Diver.
Well, thank you. We can dive. We can't necessarily sing. I don't know if that's, all scuba divers or just that one that was on that TV show, but it is what it is, and we'll take it for what it's worth, which is pretty much nothing. I am Greg the Dive Master. This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. In the studio, we have Hannes, who is from Scuba Jet. These are these new underwater scooters. Actually, they're not just scooters. They're very modular. They got kits that'll allow you to make them into dive scooters, dive propulsion vehicles, which is what we would use them for on ScubaRadio for sure. But they also have kits you can put on like stand-up paddle boards, kayaks. What am I forgetting? There's a whole list of stuff you guys do, isn't it?
I mean, you name it at the end of the day, right? So you can do it canoeing, you can use it for kayaking, stand-up paddle mainly, or you can also even use it for snorkeling, right? Or just helping you swimming. I mean, at the end of the day, just explore the ocean.
Yeah, if you've never taken a underwater scooter you really haven't, experienced some of the most fun you can have in the ocean. In particular, you can cover so much ground and use them in so many ways. I mean, it's just fun just to twirl around and just kind of cruise, but, you can use them, very mission focused as well. Like if you're, hunting or something like that for lobster. And that's what I used to do quite a bit.
Spearfishing is another one.
Spearfishing, sure. Much tougher, I would think.
I think so too.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it would be skill because you're cruising along and like, pew, pew, it's like riding a horse and shooting a gun.
Exactly, but the cool thing
time.
is also that we have a built-in light. You can look for the fishes.
That's right. It does. It has a little light in the nose cone of the Scuba Jet. And but anyway, you can cover so much ground in one of these scooters. And when you're diving for lobster, especially like, off the Lauderdale by the Sea, like we did a couple weeks ago, you can cover so much ground because, 90% of catching Florida spiny lobster, for instance, is finding them. And when you can cover so much ground, like on a ledge, like the first or second ledge off of the east coast of Florida, and you can cruise along and just go, cover a mile or two, you can really, be very, very efficient when you're looking for lobster. Barry the Bugger knows this, and I know he wants to get his hands on one of these Scuba Jets. What say you, Barry?
Yeah, it sounds fantastic. Can they mount to the back of your tank, in other words, to the top of it, so that you would just need a little hand control?
No, it's not one of those things. Those are worthless. If you ask me, and I used to have those, and I'll tell you, in theory, those sound great, Barry. Having a hands-free scooter, that's what you're talking about.
Well,
but here's the reality of it. The reality is, though, with those type of things, like if you want to use it on any kind of regular basis, other than your own private boat, forget about it, because now you got something attached to your tank that won't go in the tank rack of a charter boat.
Okay. All right.
And it makes it very unwieldy and that kind of thing. It's not a bad idea. I mean, I'm sure you guys might even have thought about that at some point, but they have come and gone in the dive industry.
Well,
we've been doing this for ScubaRadio 23 years, and I've seen this come and gone, and it wasn't necessarily anything wrong with them. It just, in real life, the practicality of using a scooter like that, other than on your own private yacht, just didn't make any sense. Jerry?
It's very difficult to use also, Greg.
Why is that?
Well, if you want to make the turn, you have to maneuver your body to where it pushes you in that way.
Well, exactly. You'd have to swim like Aquaman, whereas opposed to like the scuba jet, you're using a like in a what do you call that system? Like injection or what is it called?
So it's actually a propulsion system. It's a jet system. So
yeah,
it's a big
jet
difference.
propulsion.
Exactly.
Right.
That's a big difference to all the other scooters, right?
Yeah.
Because they're usually regular propellers, and in our case, we are using a jet system.
Exactly. You're sucking the water in with the impeller, which
Exactly.
sucks the water into the unit, and then it expels it out the other way, which, by the way, one of the many benefits and added value elements of the scuba jet is that you can create impressive fountains.
That is very true, too.
As we did at the Gomez Hilton a couple weeks ago. We put the butt end of the scuba jet up in Captain Walt's pool and created a dancing waters because these things are powerful. I mean,
absolutely
powerful. They're very powerful, Greg.
Yeah, they're very powerful. Jerry, the diver guy, says they're powerful.
Absolutely. We're using about 1,000 watts in there.
Utmost respect for scuba jet right now.
Yeah, why is that?
Because they're probably the cutting line of
they're on the cutting edge of
underwater.
Yeah, they're on the cutting edge of underwater scooters for sure. I mean, and like I said, you know, you got the impeller system. That's one thing. So there's not something that's going to necessarily cut you, which is obviously a safety factor.
Absolutely. That's what I wanted to mention as well. It's super safe, right?
Yeah.
Because you can't stick your finger inside.
Right.
And that's one of the things.
You don't want to lose a finger, which you can, you know, potentially have that issue on some other scooters and that kind of thing. But it's also extremely powerful and small.
And super compact. And that's also what the jet system
Greg,
gives us. Right?
You need to hit the highlight here. It's compact.
Okay, we just said small. That's another word for small.
Listen,
I guess.
Jerry, listen.
Look, I got company.
You got company.
I
What is
deal
your?
with you all and take care of them too.
He's
Yeah.
about 5-6 packs down already.
Is his company a six pack? I'm guessing. Is that what?
Company of
Yeah,
course.
exactly. Okay.
No, but still,
Uh-huh.
this thing is so lightweight, compact that you can travel with it. Versus another brand that I will not say, but their initials are SD. But you have this bulky scooter.
Mm-hmm.
With Scuba Jet, you don't have that.
Yes, you don't. It's not bulky.
It's a very powerful scooter.
You know, and Hannes liked the way I described the scuba jets as far as the size of it, which is about the size of a hickory farm smoked sausage.
Farms, yeah.
So you see one of those at Christmas time, and he says, you know, that's a pretty good, accurate way to describe it for people not familiar with it, right?
That's probably true, yeah.
Don't try to eat it.
Sure, they sell those all the time in Austria.
Yeah, they do. They're popular in Austria, aren't
They're
they?
very popular. Yeah.
See?
Absolutely.
See? Yeah. Okay.
Don't
The real
underestimate
question
that.
is can a blind guy operate it? That's the real question.
Of course it can. A blind guy could operate a scuba.
Absolutely,
You
yeah.
may not know where you're going, but you can definitely hit the go button, I would imagine,
You're
just
going
fine.
Even with your eyes open.
Yeah. I mean, you know, you got to be careful with any scooter. You got to make sure you're just going sideways, left and right, not necessarily up and down. And because you got to, you know, keep in mind about the whole equalization issues and things like that. But we'll talk more about that and then some next. Stay close.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Conventional underwater scooters can be heavy, unwieldy, and underpowered. At just over 8 pounds and with speeds of up to 7 miles per hour, the Scuba Jet Pro dive scooter is a game changer and fits in your dive bag. The Scuba Jet Pro uses an eco-friendly jet engine with impeller technology. With adapters, it can even power paddleboards, canoes, kayaks, and all kinds of water sports equipment. It's the most versatile scooter you'll ever own. Learn more and get the Scuba Jet Pro at ScubaJet.com. That's ScubaJet.com.
Hosting a radio show about scuba diving, flying, and boating is one of the best gigs on the planet. It's actually part of my job to check out and report on cool new products I personally use to enhance my diving, flying, and boating adventures. However, I do believe in sharing the joy, and this is why I wanted to tell you about Nanook Professional Protective Cases. Nanook cases are designed to protect the most sensitive equipment in the harshest environments. From their high-impact NK7 resin to their exclusive Power Claw latches, Nanook Nanook has raised the bar for those of you that demand the best protection for your gear. Plus, Nanook cases generally cost less than similar products currently on the market. From an iPhone to a full set of dive gear, whatever you need to shield from the elements, Nanook Professional Protective Cases has the size, shape, and color for you. Go to nanook.com. That's NANUK.com for Nanook Professional Protective Cases. The evolution of protection.
Hey, baby, what's going down?
Later, nerd.
Are you lacking with the ladies?
Nope.
Enhance your scuba superpowers with a new ScubaRadio hat.
Wow, nice hat.
Just picked it up at ScubaRadio.com.
Buy 2 ScubaRadio hats and get free shipping.
Need a dive buddy, sexy?
Always. And I got a Scuba Radio hat for you, too.
New ScubaRadio hats are now available at ScubaRadio.com.
So cool.
Order yours today, or stay a loser.
Let me tell you about a friend I know. He's got the world's first scuba diving radio show. So now everywhere I am, everywhere I go, the first thing that I tune to is Scuba Radio.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. In the studio, Hannes from Scuba Jet is our guest. We're talking about this cool underwater, diver propulsion vehicle. This is actually, Scuba Jet, very modular, and the one that you have that people can kind of see on our Facebook and YouTube feed today. That is the diver package, right? So if you went to scubajet.com, you would see the diver package, and that's the handles that go on the Hickory Farm smoked sausage size scooter that you can put on this thing. And it's all right there at scubajet.com, right?
Absolutely. You can find it there. And the beautiful thing is as well, Valentine's Day is coming up right now. So we are actually offering a 10% discount as well right now on the Scuba Jet site.
Well, there you go, for Valentine's Day.
Exactly.
I mean, I can't think of a better thing to give your better half on Valentine's Day as a Hickory Farm smoked sausage Scuba Jet.
I think every listener should send you a Hickory Farm smoked sausage for Valentine's Day.
Okay, all right. Either me or, I don't know, the Aqua Gypsy would probably like one of those. She's with us now, I see, as part of the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad. Brittany, you with me? Come in, Brittany. She sees us. I don't know if she hears us.
I don't think her audio is connected.
Oh, her audio. Okay. We see her. Looks like they're out on the water. They're like I said, they were doing some stone crab hunting, and they might be out on the water doing that right now. So they might be slightly out of range. We can see them on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, but we can't hear them just yet. So we'll check in with them in just a bit. But once again, if you're like diving for stone crabs or lobster or whatever, you have one of these scooters, you can cover a lot of ground. And that's 90% of catching these things is finding them in the first place to have a shot at catching them, and then let alone eating them, which is what we like to do as well. All right, so we'll connect with the Aqua Gypsy and her stone crab cooking friend, or catching friend. There she is. Yeah, next. Stay close.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Please enjoy the Shark Bite song by Seaside Simon and the Barnacle Boys.
Oh no, it's a shark bite. Owie, 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 owie. Oh no, it's a shark bite. Owie, 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 owie. Where's my leg?
Wow, that got kind of dark.
Oh
what?
No, it's a shark bite. Help me, 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 help me. I'm almost gone. I'm almost full. Oh no, it's a shark bite. Bye, 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 bye. That's the song. Bye,
Okay, this is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I think that was the top of the hit parade in Austria, wasn't it, that song?
Absolutely,
yeah.
Yeah, about 30 years ago or something.
30, okay. It's an oldie but a goodie.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, let's just
Evergreen,
say
I would say.
Let's just say it's an oldie.
Yeah.
I don't think we
Oldie
need
but goldie.
Yeah, all right. So, Hannes with us from Scuba Jet. I don't know, do we get the audio from the Aqua Gypsy now? I see her. I think she can see us or hear us.
I suggested she call in because she says she has audio, phone service, but not internet service. For some reason.
All right. So she can see us. Oh,
that's what I mean. She should be better off calling in.
Well, no, I we can see her, and that's a big.
Obviously, the view is nice. So
that's a good view.
Oh,
right.
you perverted little.
Wait, hold on, quit it. That was a compliment. There's nothing perverted about the fact that we can see the Aqua Gypsy and her friend. That is a compliment. Quit it. Yeah, okay.
We understand that.
We'll get with them in just a bit. They are crab hunting, aren't they? Are they Florida stone crabbing? Is that what they give us a thumbs up if you are, ladies? They're pointing and they're saying yes, they are looking for Florida stone crab, and I think they got traps that they have set, or that the Aqua Gypsy's friend has set, and they're going to pick up some of these things. So during the show today, if they go and pull up a track, they're going to do this on the show, I believe. They're going to try to, and show us how to properly declaw one of these Florida stone crabs. Is that right?
Count.
Yeah, they're looking
count
like
the fingers before they do anything.
Well, yeah, we'll have to count the fingers before and after.
Right.
Yeah.
What you're saying, Greg?
Yes. What am I saying?
They're getting the crabs.
Oh boy.
Oh, and you're yelling at me? Really?
Yeah, exactly.
Come on.
Yeah, see, even Brittany chimed in on that. She said, come on, you wieners.
You know
Stop
me
it.
better than that. If I could take a pun and turn it, I will do it.
Yes, Brittany. I can. Yeah, we can't quite get what you're saying, Brittany.
Putting edibles in the crab trap.
Yeah, they're not doing that at all. But they're going to try to. They're going to try to get the Florida stone crabs for us and maybe show us. But you can see them on YouTube. God bless them too. All right. Anyway, we do have Hannes in the studio. So until we can get their audio set up, Hannes, let's talk more about this Scuba Jet, because they could probably use one of these, but they're just pulling up traps. They're not even diving for them today. They're just pulling up traps and then getting these Florida stone crab, which, by the way, are you familiar with those?
Yes, absolutely. They are absolutely.
They are delicious, aren't they?
Delicious, yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. Joe's Stone Crab down there in Miami. You just came up from there, right? You ever been to that restaurant?
Actually, not yet. No, but that's a good recommendation.
They are so expensive. It's ridiculous how expensive Florida stone crab is.
Okay.
It is not a cheap seafood for sure. You think lobster is expensive? Forget about it. I think this could be more expensive by far.
There's
actually.
other places to get it cheaper, especially Everglades City.
Well, then if you go to the source, but Joe's Stone Crab
else
is.
Would you want to go? They're fresh. Julio's.
No, there's Julio's.
Julio's. Okay.
You can get them.
Wait. Not Julio's. It's Koji's.
Koji can help out with that. Yes.
Koji connection.
Koji has connections.
He does. Yeah, if you know how to count, we saw a Florida stone crab on our last dive with Matt. Matt the blind treasure finder. And
there's Koji.
Hey, there he is. Hey, come in, Tokyo. He's at the Gomez Hotel.
Tokyo.
Yes. He's okay. Anyway, the Scuba Jet would have come in handy, and finding these Florida stone crab. So anyway,
and lobster also, Greg.
Okay. It's the Jerry and Barry show. You see what I'm saying?
Not.
What? I didn't say a word.
Okay, let's just mute their mics. We could do that.
Okay.
That's one way to take care of that problem. But anyway, the Scuba Jet, how did you get involved with these guys?
Actually, I love everything that has to do with water sports and stuff like that. So I was always looking for something at the end of the day, which can help me to make this experience even better.
There you go.
And so I found these guys because I'm originally from Austria. These guys are from Austria. So and then we somehow got involved with each other, and I really love it. I mean, it's an amazing product. when you've already talked about the features, or some of the features at least.
Right. There's many. It's hard to cover all of them for sure, but because it's so modular, and once again, it's not just zeroed in as a dive scooter.
Exactly.
That just is, obviously divers, we're kind of focused on that. But if you go to ScubaJet.com, there's stand-up paddle boards, kayaks, you name it. You can really use this in many, many ways. But as a scooter, in particular for divers, it's small, it's compact, it's
fast.
It's fast. Yeah. How fast can you get with this thing?
So actually underwater, I mean, we always measure it meters per second, right? So it's about 2 meters per second. I think that kind of equals about 3 to 4 miles per hour.
Which is, that is a speed that's going to potentially blow your mask off.
Probably.
It could.
It could, yeah. But
it's pretty stiff. That's cranking, especially when you consider how small this thing is. It's impressive how much power it puts out.
And if you use it on a stand-up pedal, for example, we have about 7 miles per hour.
Yeah.
That's pretty fast.
So basically when you hit go, when you're on a stand-up paddleboard, it kind of shoots you off the thing.
Almost, yeah. Absolutely. And what I love the most about it is it's also eco-friendly, right? Because it's an electric engine. So at the end of the day, it's
a what? Say that again.
It's an electric engine.
Oh, electric. Yeah, of course. Right.
So I think that's also comes on top of that, right? So you have a super small device, which you can, by the way, also take on an airplane. So it's airplane legal.
Yep.
So
That's
cool
obviously, size is one thing. That's usually what keeping you.
That's what she said.
Quit it. That's usually what keeps you from taking these things on airplanes. Is just the size. This thing, you've solved that problem. It'll fit in your dive bag very easily. And the battery, like you said, you got special batteries that you can actually take on an airline. They're lithium-ion batteries, which there are some limitations when you're traveling. But you guys actually have come up with a size that is acceptable to for airline travel. So it's pretty cool. Jerry, what say you?
But wasn't that what I was saying earlier, Greg? It's compact. You don't have that big bulkiness of, say, other brand scooters. It's more or less a tube, and you can store it. You can throw it in your luggage, your check luggage, whatever. I mean, it's very easily to accommodate travel.
Right. Yes. And it is so compact, it will fit in your dive bag. That's what's kind of nice about it as well, just because of that size. So, and it's not too heavy either. I mean, it has a little bit of weight to
pounds,
it. Yeah,
the smallest one, and then it goes up to 7-8 pounds.
But it has. I found these things a few years ago. You guys they've been rumbling around for I don't know what 3-4 years maybe.
About 4 years now.
Yeah, okay.
But that's already a new version now, and another cool thing for divers, of course, as well, because you can go 197 feet with this.
Wow!
So it's really useful for technical divers as well,
right?
Which is pretty awesome too.
Exactly.
So.
I mean, I probably would never do that because I pretty much stay shallow and just do the recreational thing. But yeah, it has a lot of uses, for tech divers and that thing. And you have that German engineering that kind of goes along with this thing. When you get one like we did and we put it all together, I mean, this thing is machined out and has been very well thought out. And that's what impressed me when who's the inventor guy? I met him at the boot show last year.
Yeah.
What's his name again?
His name is Armin.
Armin, right. Yeah. And super nice guy. And we interviewed him for ScubaRadio for that show. And I talked to him a little bit about it. And it was just one of those things. He just decided, he had fun with one of these and like, I'm going to build one. And that's kind of how it started, right?
It's almost the story about it, yeah. I mean, actually, it's a little further out because his girlfriend at the time, and she was out there on her stand-up paddle with the kids, and actually she got into a current, and so she was like, okay, how I'm gonna get back to the shore safely, right?
Right.
And so she was asking me, I mean, man, can we do something about it? And then we're looking around on the market and couldn't find anything. Right? And so actually he started it with his father in the garage.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, they came up with this concept, right? That's a pretty cool idea at the end of the day. So they didn't only have divers in mind when they constructed that whole thing.
Right.
And also because he said it's very sturdy. It's marine grade material. So most of it is built out of aluminum.
Yeah.
So
it's like
super,
aircraft
super
aluminum
sturdy.
type stuff,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's machined so well. It really does. It looks cool. It's kind of stealthy looking, because of the size and stuff too. But you can tell it's been well, machined.
Yeah.
That German engineering, that classy vibe the Scuba Jet has. All right, more coming up. Stay close.
Scuba Radio.
Would you like to talk diving? Greg the Dive Master's all toweled down and ready to take your call now. Call Scuba Radio at 1-888-88-SCUBA.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of Scuba Radio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures Scuba Radio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Power, simplicity, reliability. It's what you demand of your dive computer. And Shearwater delivers. Shearwater evolved out of one tech diver's need for a reliable, easy-to-use rebreather dive computer and quickly became the tech market leader. Now recreational divers have taken notice. The Shearwater Peregrine is a simple, full-color, multi-gas dive computer. It's also the most economical Shearwater dive computer released to date. Check it out and the entire line at shearwater.com. Shearwater. Dive computers for demanding divers.
Do you have a message or a product that you'd like to share with the diving world? Well, look no further than Scuba Radio. Just like you, thousands of diving enthusiasts are hearing this message, and we could be talking about you and your product or service as early as next Saturday. Remember, a terrible thing happens when you don't advertise. Nothing. Go to ScubaRadio.com, send us an email, and let's get to work to make your marketing message matter.
Scuba Radio.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Immerse yourself in a whole new world when you go deep sea diving.
Oh, I've got the perfect outfit. This is great!
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. Hannes in the studio with us from Scuba Jet. We're Hannes, he's Hannes. He originates from Austria, so we're very worldly today here on the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Just became international, right?
Yeah, so. Well, it is. Everybody can see us around the world on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and of course you got the podcast, the whole thing. So we've been doing it a while, and it's good to get kind of that international flavor into the show every now and then. And by the way, so we've been talking about your connection to Scuba Jet. You rep them and all that kind of stuff. Your official title is what, Hannes?
So actually, I just recently joined the company. So I'm heading up the strategy office. So we're actually trying to expand globally. I mean, as you can see.
Yeah.
That's why I'm also here to talk to you, because American market is very important for us too.
Well, there you go.
We have a lot of interesting dive spots down here, especially in Florida. That's why that's the first place I was touching down, actually.
Interesting is the proper word to describe people like Jerry the Diver Guy, Barry the Bugger, Bubble Boy, our typical unique, Scuba Radio Scuba Squad is what we call them.
Okay.
Is that how they would refer to them in Austria too?
I guess so.
Okay, yeah. He'll roll with it. That'll work. But what about you as a diver? Have you dove quite a bit in your past lives? Quite a bit.
A little bit. I'm technically more a snorkeler, to be honest. Yeah, because I haven't been too much into the diving. I do a lot of stand-up paddle, and I love boating as well. So that's technically my favorite stuff to do. But I'm definitely willing to go more into depth.
There you go.
Absolutely.
And actually, you have a lot of film stuff in your background.
That's true.
Like you're a big Hollywood guy.
Yeah, I've been hanging out in Hollywood for quite some time.
I mean, were you like on camera, like as an actor and stuff too?
Actually,
out there in Hollywood?
Yes. Yeah, I've been on a couple of TV shows.
That's what I thought I saw. Did I see American Horror Story or something like that?
It was one of them.
Yeah. You were like as an extra, or were you one of the monsters?
Yeah, not just one of the monsters. But
okay.
Yeah, but no, I've been there as an extra. Yeah,
well, you see, me and Hannes, we have this connection. I was one of the stars in Sharknado 3.
Really?
Did you know that? Yeah,
No,
big
I didn't know
movie.
that.
You know that movie, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
A worldwide phenomenon.
They needed him for background.
Yes. I played Sweaty Florida Tourist number 1, 2, and 3.
Really?
How about that, huh?
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Got a poster out of the deal. So
And
there's
a
that.
turkey sandwich for lunch.
Yeah, okay. All right. Anyway. So anyway, it's nice to have you in the studio. And now the Scuba Jet is available for delivery worldwide. You just go to the website. That's the way you could order it if you're having trouble finding it. But right now you're in the process of, setting up potential U.S. dealers and things like that. But in the meantime, if you just go to scubajet.com, you can find out more about it and just order one right there from the website, and they'll deliver it right to your door, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. And right now, as I said before, we have this Valentine's 10% off.
Right.
And it's even included shipping, so which is even better, right?
Yes, absolutely.
It's
Yeah.
going to be shipped from Austria, but you're going to receive it within a couple of days.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty impressive, the system, the way things work now. I mean, like I said, I had met the inventor at the boot show in Germany last year. And, they operate out of Austria, but it really doesn't matter. They can ship this stuff all around the world, and you can deal directly with the company that way until they set up their, dealer network and that kind of stuff. But it's kind of cool to have, the latest and greatest type of thing when it comes to one of these underwater scooters. I mean, it's very Bond-like. It's all about divers and their toys. You know what I mean? And this is right up there when it comes to one of the coolest things you can have as a diver is an underwater scooter.
It's true, but you can also check it out because we were talking about Hollywood, right? Because it was actually featured in one of Netflix's biggest productions.
Which one?
6 Underground. And
what is it?
It's 6 Underground.
Oh, that movie. It's in that.
Yeah,
oh,
it's
okay.
right in there. So one of the villains is actually trying to escape with it. So
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'll have to go back and watch that. I don't remember seeing that. I don't know if I saw that. Well, who's in that one? Do you remember? Six Underground? I know the title. I'm trying to think who's the star from that one in
that's
Netflix.
a good one. Yeah, you asked me to quickly read
All right. Come on, Barry. Get on Google. Six Underground, Netflix.
IMDb.
Who's the start? Oh, yeah, IMDb.
I'm trying to configure a scooter for me, so let me go back to what I'm doing.
Yeah, all right.
That's perfect.
One of our squad members will figure this out.
Yeah. I'm on it, Greg.
All right, Bubble Boy. He'll find out who's the star. Because I know there's at least one or two big stars in that
absolutely,
movie.
Yeah,
it's a
it
big
was
deal.
actually I think the most expensive Netflix production.
Well, there you go. See? Yeah, I want to. Isn't that the one with Ben Affleck or something? Maybe I don't know.
Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds. There you go.
That was it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that was Deadpool guy, right? Isn't that the Deadpool guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, that was a good movie. Yeah. So the scuba jet is featured on that when they're underwater at some point?
Yep.
Okay, I'll have to go back and look at it. I just don't remember offhand.
If you go on our website, you can also see the...
Oh, you got the clips right there. All right. I like it. Yeah, so you want to be cool like the Hollywood bigwigs? Well, now you know how to do it. Just pick one of these.
Yeah, and that's also one way how I actually found out about Scuba Jet because, back in the days, one of the big directors out in Hollywood, James Cameron, actually approached the company and he's actually using the Scuba Jets to film the new Avatar 2.
I've heard about that. And, James Cameron is the guy that I credit for inspiring me to do Scuba Radio.
Really?
Yeah.
See, there's the connection, right?
Well, there is that connection. Now, he might look at it as blame, depending on, his perspective. But yeah, that movie, The Abyss, years ago.
Yeah.
Was what I was like, hey, I want to go where they filmed that. That was cool. Then I found out it was some sound stage with a bunch of smoke and weird lighting and stuff like that. But it didn't matter. Still inspired me. And that's what it's all about, right? And here we are 23 plus years later. All right, look, we got hour 2 of the world's first radio show devoted to diving on deck. We got to share with you the Shearwater Diver of the Week. That's coming up, and more with Hannes from Scuba Jet. Stay close.
On the boat or down below, if you want to stay in the know. If you be pressurized there, you'll want to be there on Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Scuba Radio. This seems the logical place for fish to congregate.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past editions of Scuba Radio worldwide over the internet at ScubaRadio.com.
So we're in international waters? Indeed so.
Tell a friend and buddy up with your radio every week for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Well, it's all very nice here, but we should be going. I miss me wife and me oxygen.
Yes, we all miss our loved ones and gases. Let's go.
The opinions you just heard on Scuba Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests.
Okay, what I just heard? Blah, 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 blah.
They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
Come on, quit yanking me.
Scuba diving does involve risk and should never be conducted without proper instruction and training.
Oh, what's the worst thing that could happen?
I could die.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at ScubaRadio.com.
Oh, hello there. Don't be alarmed. We're just preparing your listening device for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving. We do this, of course, by filling your radio with water. Don't worry, we're professionals. Thanks to me, you won't even get wet. You see, I've crammed every appendage of my body into the cracks and crevices of your radio, ensuring an airtight seal. By the way, don't touch your on-off knob. That's a very sensitive area. Anyway, I should remind you, we believe in the buddy system just like diving, so don't listen alone. Call your buddy and tell them that Scuba Radio is about to begin.
We're gonna start a new life under the sea.
So, am I gonna drown?
Of course not. Just stay calm and let the gentle currents relax your every muscle.
Under the sea, under the sea.
Did it just get warmer?
There'll be no accusations, just friendly crustaceans under the sea.
Where the hell are the sharks?
And now, here's your dive guide for Scuba Radio, Greg the Dive Master.
And welcome to Hour 2 of the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. Hannes is in the studio with us today from Austria. He works with Scuba Jet, these cool, diver propulsion vehicles that you can pick up at ScubaJet.com right now. Relatively new. Last few years they've been coming out, but now they're really starting to make some headway. And we got our hands on some of these. We can't wait to get them in the water because they're very powerful, very compact, modular for paddle boards, you name it. If you want to put them on a kayak and God knows what else, they can do the trick for you. But they're so small. Once again, they're about the size of a Hickory Farm smoked sausage. That's about, if you need a visual description, there you go. And that's it. So they can, you take them apart, you put them in your dive bag, and you're good to go, travel around. You got a really cool toy to play with as a diver and cover a lot of ground.
Greg will be accepting all sausages from now on.
Okay, just stop it. We already have safety sausages. Why not? So anyway, they're continuing with that theme. And that works, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, you came up with that. I think it's your copyright right now.
Right, yeah. He doesn't want to take any credit for it. That's for damn sure. But regardless.
Just to give you an idea, I think this is about 16 inches, right? So that's the smallest version of it.
There you
about
go.
5 pounds.
And bigger is better if you want more power or longer run time.
Exactly. Mainly longer run
Bubble
time.
Boy, don't say a word. He's looking at us.
It's so hard, Greg. It's so hard.
Yeah, just stop. Okay. I knew.
Hit the dump button.
Yeah. Anyway, look, it's impressive. You can see it on our YouTube feed today, Facebook, Twitch, you name it. It's up there. But just go to ScubaJet.com. You can find out more. Now, look, we do have to talk to our Shearwater Diver of the Week, which is brought to you by Shearwater, of course, the makers of the Peregrine. Where the makers of the Peregrine embark on your adventure. That's their thing. And lo and behold, the Shearwater Diver of the Week today is our buddy Matt, the blind treasure finder, according to Catmull DiMartini. He is at the Gomez Hilton, and he is the Shearwater Diver of the Week. Congratulations, Matt. Do you feel honored?
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
you should
so
feel
much.
honored.
I do. I feel very honored.
Yeah, you dive with a Tarek, right?
I do. I got it right here. Let's see.
The big question everybody wants to know, though, is can you read it? You have it, but...
So it is the only dive computer in the world, and I can say this because at DEMA, it was the only dive computer in the world that I could actually somewhat see.
There you go. See, and here's the thing. Matt is blind, but he has some visual, or I don't know what, 5% in one eye. You can still see like shapes and stuff. Is that it? Or you can see like really big type if it's close, or what?
Yeah. So the left eye is completely gone. I got 5% vision in my right eye, but I can't see straight on, and I can't see my peripherals. But yes, so the type is so big on the Tarek and so bright, I can actually somewhat see it with correctional lenses in my dive mask.
I gotcha. Okay. And see, I'll be honest, I've had that problem too. It's more just because I'm old. And I have trouble seeing these
feeble,
small print type things. But the Tarek I have no problem with as well. It's the same kind of deal. So works for Matt, works for me, and only Matt, however, is the diver of the week according to Shearwater today. So congratulations on that. He is there with Bryce, his YouTube buddy, They do this magnet fishing. Is that popular in Austria, by the way, Hannes?
I've actually never heard about
Never heard of magnet. They take a giant magnet, tie a rope to it, throw it off a bridge, and pull up all this kind of metal nonsense. Heck, they might pull up someone's scuba jet if, God forbid, they lost it.
Hopefully not. Yeah.
Hopefully not. But it would pick up a scuba jet because these things are really powerful magnets. And they do that, and then they do all other, a bunch of crazy adventures.
So
and
it's a real treasure hunt at the end of the day. So.
It kind of
Would
is
it
a
pick
little
up gold coins or something.
Well, I don't know. Have you ever pulled up a gold coin? Yeah, the magnet won't pick up gold, will it? Or will it?
Well, so actually, it's funny you say that. It does not pick up gold because gold is not magnetic. However, I did find a gold coin that looked like it was gold. From Haiti last time I was down here.
Oh, really? Wow. Okay. Well, there you go. So, but that's what they're doing. They're kind of treasure hunting things. But Bryce, the YouTuber guy. Outdoors Weekly. If you Google, just if you YouTube it, go to YouTube and pull up Outdoors Weekly, you'll find Bryce, and he's a very excitable kid, and God bless him. He, because it could be a gold doubloon or something, or a gold coin from Haiti, and he'd be, oh my God,
crazy.
Yeah, or it could be a piece of garbage. Oh my God! The guy is very excitable.
Easily excitable.
Yeah. It's about the hunt, right, Matt? It's not necessarily about the what you pull up. It's just about the fact that you found something you didn't know was there, right?
Yeah. I mean, Bryce could find a nail, and you'd think he found the mother lode of all loot.
Well, when he came into the studio a few weeks ago, he had just come back from doing some magnet fishing at Universal Studios, Florida.
Okay,
and they're in one of the waterways there. And he was raving about a garbage picker, one of those handheld things where you squeeze and you pick up garbage. And I thought,
tweezers. Yeah, it's trash tweezers.
Trash tweezer. Yeah, that's what it was. And he was ecstatic. He said, "This is the coolest thing ever, bro, dude."
Well, it wasn't that it was cool. It was like where we found it.
We
found it at Universal.
That's right. That could have been in the hands of Homer Simpson
one of the workers
or someone. Yeah,
exactly.
I got you.
It could have been used in a movie, in the movie.
Yeah, it could have been. Whatever. It could have been picking up the garbage from some famous movie star, for all we know. Exactly.
Absolutely.
And but Bryce, as you can hear, he's at the Gomez Hilton too. How are you holding up there, Bryce? What's going on, man?
I'm doing good. I'm just here, relaxing a little bit, having some fun.
Yeah.
I'm over to the side editing a video right now.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll let you get back to it, but I do got to ask you. I saw the live stream that you guys did this week in some kind of, I don't know if some kind of haunted jail cell for crazy people or something that's been shut down, and then you found human sacrifices. It's like, are you guys hunting ghosts or murder scenes? What are you doing exactly?
Well, we went in there honestly not I love going into abandoned places. I think it's the coolest thing ever, just to look around and see how it's left, because it's just frozen in time.
Right.
Most of the time it's just a lot of stuff's just there when they left.
Yeah.
Well, we really didn't know what to expect going into there.
Yeah. Well,
it's still under investigation. What we found is still under investigation, as we speak right now.
I bet.
What
it's
did
creepy.
You find?
They found some blood on the walls, and it looked like somebody had been murdered or something.
Yeah. And we were live. I mean, you got to think what you see in that video is our natural reactions. And we found blood, and then an actual 5-gallon bucket full of blood. And as we were filming this, I'm sitting here sending it to medical personnel and our police friends, and as we speak, while we're in Miami, it's still on investigation where the state that we filmed it in. So we don't know the outcome of it, but it was crazy.
Yeah.
All I can tell you is run like hell.
Exactly.
That's what I said. And Bryce was like, "No, man, we're going to stick this out."
No.
And I'm freaking out.
Yeah. Bryce is sitting there and is like, "Hey, buy my magnets." I loved it. It's
wow.
No, I mean, I got to say, Bryce, you are very entertaining to watch, because he's like, "Bro, look, a garbage bag. Oh my God." It's you're so excitable, but I mean that as a compliment. I'm not making fun of.
He's on coke, Greg.
No, he's not. He's a kid. He's 19 years old. He's a YouTube sensation. And when you watch him, you can see why he's so popular. He really brings people along for the adventure.
Well, he may be smelling crack.
No, Bryce, I apologize for Jerry the Diver guy. You know him, so I don't think I have to apologize. But regardless,
yeah, he knows me.
Yeah. So
you stay on the road for that for 3 months straight. And
oh
then
boy,
tell me how you feel about it.
Boy, are you talking about Jerry or Bryce?
Both. Both. If you want to get technical, but yeah.
Oh, God help us.
Yeah, we've been on the
Yeah.
road together for almost, I'd say, pushing 6 to 8.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you guys still associate with each other. That says a lot right there.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Matt's just
Bros.
trying to leave. Matt's trying to gain a few subscribers on.
You know,
Okay. Well, see, you know, but you guys are going to go diving at some point, right? You're going to do some more diving adventures. That's the goal.
We got some,
just that
we got
song,
some pretty
Greg.
interesting planned tomorrow. Can't
Yeah.
go into detail.
Yeah, they can't say it before they film this thing. That's how this YouTube stuff works. You know what I'm saying, honest?
Yeah.
That wouldn't be
Greg.
exciting anymore.
Yes, Barry.
I had given Matt a suggestion to go down to the Hallover Sandbar. There's a lot of boats that anchor there on the weekend, and you may be able to find some good stuff down there.
Yeah.
Whatever, Barry.
Well,
you just want them to
Hush
go
up, Jerry.
They got any garbage
No one asked
pickers
you.
there?
Go back to sleep, Jerry.
You want them to go to Hollow.
All right, there goes the Jerry and Barry show. Honest, that's what happens sometimes on Scuba Radio. I apologized in advance, I think. More coming up. Stay close.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Be an explorer in the other 2/3 of your world. Be the buddy who takes the kids in the aquarium instead of just to it. Be adventurous. Be amazed. Be a diver.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of Scuba Radio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures Scuba Radio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Power, simplicity, reliability. It's what you demand of your dive computer, and Shearwater delivers. Shearwater evolved out of one tech diver's need for a reliable, easy-to-use rebreather dive computer and quickly became the tech market leader. Now recreational divers have taken notice. The Shearwater Taric is the best, most intuitive, and reliable wristwatch-sized dive computer on the market. Check it out in the entire line at shearwater.com. Shearwater, dive computers for demanding divers.
Scuba Radio.
Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Hi, my name is Lisette, and I will be your bartender at Titico Bar in Seba. Come on and sit me, but until then, keep listening to Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving. And now, here is a one sexy man, Ray, the dive master.
There you go. There you go. You only took 3 drinks and 2 tequila shots.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Be quiet, Jerry. You didn't know. Oh, you weren't there. Oh, wait, you were there. All right, this is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. Hannes in the studio with us. He is from Austria and also works for Scuba Jet, by the way, the diver propulsion vehicle that we're talking about. But before we get back to talking about that, I got to see if the Shearwater Diver of the Week wants to get his hands on one of these scooters. Would it help him as a blind scuba diver? And that would be Matt, the treasure, Matt, the blind treasure finder. What do you think, Matt? Would it?
Well, I was just about to say, like, Hans, if you actually just accidentally leave that one there, it would be amazing. So I could use it.
Yeah, well, you know what? Next time we're diving together, because we had a pretty cool dive down there at Lauderdale by the Sea a couple weeks ago. Yeah, I'd let you use it for sure.
Absolutely.
I mean, it would help out so much. It would. It really would.
Well, and I got to say, I was impressed, knowing that Matt is blind. I was like, how is this going to work diving with Matt? And he was great. He just had his dive buddy there, Kyle, helping him out. And he kind of held his arm and kind of, led him along as the dive. But I turn around, I'd watch them and like, yep, they're coming right along. They're right with us.
Yeah,
I think it's an amazing story.
The blind leading the blind.
No,
exactly.
Quiet.
That's just what I said. The blind leading the blind. But we won't get into that.
We covered that last week. And I've had enough ball busting for 1 month. So we've reached our quota. We don't have to go back to that issue. But yeah, I mean,
we had a quota on that, Greg?
Yeah, quiet. But it would be something that it would come in handy. You just got to be careful, I guess. If you had a scooter, you got to make sure. I don't know. Kyle would be the one with the scooter. You just hold his hand or arm and just kind of let him pull you along. Don't you think, Matt? That's how it would work.
Yeah. Well, right now it would be Bryce because we're stuck together for another month. But yeah, it would definitely come in handy. I could say that.
Okay, and that is the goal. I mean, you and Bryce want to actually work some more diving adventures into your videos on YouTube, right? That is ultimately what you're planning to do.
Yeah,
maybe?
we've been touring the state of Florida for the last month now, so we're on going the 3rd week down here. So yes, it would be extremely helpful. Yeah.
What actually dictates where you guys go? I know I see Bryce on the YouTube videos and he's saying, "Hey guys, if you want us to do this, give us if we reach 100 likes, we'll go spend overnight in some haunted place or some crap like that." I mean, is that what's dictating where you guys decide to do your crazy YouTube adventures, or are you just coming up with this stuff on your own, Matt?
No. About 80% of our fan base dictates where we go, and then about the other 20% is just random. Like, let's just get in a car, pack up, and go where it's warm. So that's why we're down here.
All right, that makes sense. Jerry, what say you?
Yeah, but Greg, here's the thing: they've been traveling everywhere, but we have to get them out of the country.
That is true.
Okay, so Jerry would like to see Matt and Bryce deported. Is that what you're saying?
He wants to smuggle them out of the country.
Yeah, what's that all about?
We are going to smuggle them out of the country to Bimini, Bahamas, and put them on some shark dives.
Okay, well that could be a thing.
Diving with sharks was always my bucket list. Ever since I went blind, diving with sharks was my number one goal.
Okay, people are going to think you're crazy, but that's fine. That's what
it was.
That's what you're used to hearing that, I guess. Camel DiMartini, in between sips of his get naked rum punch. What say you?
It's not getting them out of here. It's getting them back in. It's going to be
getting them back into the country. That's right.
It's much easier to smuggle them back in.
You think so, huh, Barry? Okay.
Yeah.
Why? Why do you say that?
Well, we have hundreds of miles of coastline to bring him in on.
Okay. All right.
Well, that, and we can just say, hey, they're friends of Walt D. Martini.
Oh
and
boy!
They get a pass.
Instant jail time.
Well, it's not me that you got to worry about. All I have to say is I didn't see nothing. Bryce is the one that you got to worry about.
Why? Why is that?
That's
Why do you
true,
say
that's
that?
Because he didn't see anything.
Wait,
He can't
wait.
see anything.
That's right. So,
How hard is that to figure
so
out?
Matt will just play the blind card with the authorities. Don't arrest me, I'm blind. And then
every time. It works every time. It works every time.
throw Bryce
Were you
under
driving?
the bus.
No, sir, I'm blind.
Okay. Right. All right. Whatever works. Whatever works. Okay. Well, it is kind of crazy stuff what they do on YouTube. Bryce and Matt, the blind treasure finder, according to Captain Walt D. Martini. Did you guys already jump in the canal? Are you getting ready to do that after the show, or what are you doing, Matt?
Yeah, we're waiting until after the show.
Okay. All right. So they might find some stuff and report back
Best
next
time
week.
ever on live radio.
Well, there is that. I was hoping we could have some live Florida stone crab hunting on the show today, but I think the Aqua Gypsy and her buddy that was taking her crab hunting off of Fort Myers Beach, I think they're out of range. I think that's what has happened. Does that make sense? There, Bubble Boy, were you monitoring
they're
that?
safely out of range.
Yeah, safely out of range, correct. But yeah, that they are doing something that I've been talking to Brittany about the last couple of weeks, which is basically, and I didn't even know you could do this until last week, that you can evidently charter a fishing boat, say down in the Keys or maybe where they are in Fort Myers, and the fishermen will take you out on their boat, and that particular fisherman won't take you fishing for fish. He'll take them fishing for Florida stone crab, and they will take you to the pots that they had placed at different places around the Florida Keys. I saw this actually on YouTube, and say you charter the trip for a couple $100, and the guy came back with like $500 worth of stone crab, and so he pulled the crabs up out of the trap, and he was able to keep them. That was the deal.
You're still fishing.
Well, yeah, right. You're fishing for Florida stone crab, but you're not Florida, fishing for
No,
fish.
it is considered fishing.
Oh, gosh.
I know. You're not using a line and a hook.
Yeah,
That
I'm
what you
not
mean?
debating that part. I said you're not fishing for fish, you're fishing for Florida stone crab. I said that, yeah. But regardless, yeah. But the thing is, that's a pretty good deal. If the stone crab's worth like $500 and it costs you a couple $100 to charter the boat, you're going to come out ahead in that deal.
And it was fun too, right?
It was fun. So. Yeah. You get to pull the crab traps up and find a big Florida stone crab in there and figure out how you're supposed to take the claw off, environmentally effectively and sensitively for the animal. Yeah, Barry?
No. Not a word.
No.
He's speechless now.
I'm speechless now.
We put him in his.
Just gonna hop into my car and head on over to Everglades City and get some.
Okay, so you don't want to do the trappings thing. You just want to go to the grocery store.
No,
lazy.
Over where they come in from.
I say dive for them. That'd even be more challenging. That's on the list. That's on my diver bucket list. Florida stone crab diving.
That's great.
Yeah,
and
how about it?
Matt, I just want to tell you, I'm super inspired about your story. I mean, this is awesome. So
well, it is. It's a good story.
Really,
sure.
I love it.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of ScubaRadio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures Scuba Radio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Scuba action star Mike Scott is back in a new audiobook, Cayman Cowboys, Reefs Under Pressure. From author Eric Douglas comes the one that started it all. Listen as Mike deals with submarines, kidnapping, betrayal, and more.
He didn't even have fins or a mask to let him see in the water. He was going to be slow and blind. If it weren't for the float, he knew there would be no way he would ever make it to the surface.
Download Cayman Cowboys or Oil and Water, Return to Cayman, Turks and Chaos, and Lionfish at Amazon, booksbyeric.com, and audible.com.
Do you have a message or a product that you'd like to share with the diving world? Well, look no further than Scuba Radio. Just like you, thousands of diving enthusiasts are hearing this message, and we could be talking about you and your product or service as early as next Saturday. Remember, a terrible thing happens when you don't advertise. Nothing. Go to ScubaRadio.com, send us an email, and let's get to work to make your marketing message matter.
Let me tell you about a friend I know. He's got the world's first scuba diving radio show. So now everywhere I am and everywhere I go, the first thing that I tune to is Scuba Radio.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. Greg the Dive Master, Hannes from Scuba Jet in the studio. You know, divers' toys, they make a difference. And when you have the coolest and newest products, you know, like a Scuba Jet, it's always creates great conversation for the fellow divers on the boat that see this thing. Jerry, what say you?
Look, Greg.
Yeah.
I suggest that every one of our viewers go buy a Scuba Jet.
All right. I bet Hannes wouldn't disagree with you on that.
Absolutely. I love it.
Well, look, it's one of the best toys to travel with.
Right. Boys with their toys, gals with their toys. I don't know.
Exactly. I wouldn't exactly call it a toy.
It's not a toy. It's a cool. Yeah,
that's not a toy.
This is a James Bond type diving tool. How about that?
It's a toy.
A cool tool.
More the reason to add it to our
Come on, it's
Quit
a toy.
it.
And if you mention Scuba Radio, you'll get an additional 15% surcharge.
Thank you, Bubble Boy. Hannes was like, that was genius.
That was absolutely genius, actually.
Don't encourage him. Don't encourage him.
Hannes will really like that 15%
Exactly. Yeah. But the bottom line is, it does make a difference, and you know when you're diving, you're always
big difference.
you're always looking for cool new things to use, you know, on your dive adventures to make them a little bit more entertaining. And it could be mission based, or it could just be for fun. I mean, just cruising around with an underwater scooter is a blast, and you know, just because you basically gives you the speed of almost like being a dolphin underwater.
Exactly, and also touching base on Matt's story before, because that's what I said. I mean, I'm super inspired by it.
Yes, you know what? We're going to talk to him some more next. Matt, who is the Shearwater Diver of the Week. You know, Hannes wants to know more about Matt's story. We've covered it before, but we got to talk about it again. He's kind of a big deal, and he's on Scuba Radio today.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
These people sound like they're yodeling underwater.
Devoted to diving, I am Greg the Dive Master. Hannes from Scuba Jet in the studio with us. Scuba Radio, Scuba Squad connected via the web. That's Barry the Bugger, Jerry the Diver Guy, Bubble Boy.
What's going on?
Captain Walt Martini at the Gomez Hilton, along with Matt the Blind Treasure Finder or Hunter. Take your bit. And he's hanging out there at the Gomez Hilton with his buddy Bryce. YouTube phenomenons. I don't know. I don't know how else to describe it.
YouTube
if you're not
superstars.
Yeah, they're just doing all kinds of crazy videos. And once again, Outdoors Weekly. You could, look that up on YouTube. Or
Don't
for
forget
Matt's
Modern Goonie.
Modern Goonie, right, is the other one for Matt, and that's how you can find out a little bit more about his story. But Hannes is, he's like intrigued. He's like, "What do you mean Matt's blind and he's scuba diving? What the hell's wrong with him? Or you?"
Matt's not blind. Hannes,
yeah,
come on.
It's an
Hannes.
inspiring story because. I mean, with
kid, 20/20 vision.
No, it's super inspiring. I mean, my uncle is blind, so he turned blind when he was, I think, 6 or 7. So, and so I'm a little bit in touch with that, right?
Yeah,
So,
I mean, it's a great story, kid, because Matt has such a great sense of humor. I mean, he rolls with anything you throw at him. I mean, I got to give him credit, but it's really, Matt has an inspirational story about losing his eyesight about 3 years ago. And it did not keep him from scuba diving. And now he's like, a YouTuber, and he's doing all these. You were doing YouTube before you even went blind. That was the trick on this. And actually you ended up documenting the whole process of losing your sight and then getting back in the water to kind of, restart your life a little bit. When people thought maybe, I know you were at that point at some point, Matt, where this happened to you, you're like, oh crap, what do I do now? And then all of a sudden somebody said, "Hey, let's go find some more shark teeth." You can still do that. Don't be a wuss. Let's go.
Don't be a wuss.
Yeah. I was going to say something else, but
lack of better terms, yes. No, that's exactly what was told to me.
Right.
No, but look at that. Look at this energy. I mean, this love for life. It's amazing.
Yeah. It's inspirational. If Matt can do it, you can do it too, which is,
Look.
And his story is more inspiring than like Jerry, Barry, or myself, which is like, look, we can do a radio show about diving. We can dive with sharks. God knows what else. If these idiots can do it, anybody can do this scuba diving thing.
I do.
Yeah.
I have no story.
Yeah. Well, trust me, the fact that you're still kicking is enough inspiration for most.
I may not be blind, but I got a story.
But if these idiots can do it, you can do it too. That's the message I think they're sending. But in Matt's case, it's a little bit more inspirational. It's like, look, you think something like that would just totally do you in almost, and Matt's just taking it to a whole new level, doesn't hold him back at all. And you documented all this stuff. Who knows? This might end up being a TV show at some point or a documentary. They're kind of, fishing some things around in that regard. But you document a lot of this stuff on YouTube. And I will tell you what's interesting is like when he's doing this YouTube stuff with Bryce, who kind of has his own little thing going, and Matt's on there. You see Matt in the background working with Bryce. A lot of times you don't realize that Matt is blind. And it's like you're just watching it like, and then by the way, Matt's blind. And they were like, huh? What? Because you can't really see everything from the video. That Bryce is actually holding the video camera, and Matt might be holding his shoulder for guidance, but you don't necessarily see that sometimes. So sometimes they just bring it up. Oh, by the way, Matt's blind. Matt's blind. He might walk into the wall, but don't mind that.
Or he will walk off a plank on a pirate ship.
Well, that's a whole other story. Too. That was more. That might have been alcohol.
That was alcohol induced.
Yeah,
I will attest to that.
Yeah.
People to this day still don't believe that I'm blind. Like in that live stream, they were like, "Is Matt really blind?"
Right.
And it came to a point to where we had to recreate the whole YouTube trailer to actually explain how I went blind. That's why I sent all the videos.
Yeah. Well, he was talking to me. He's like, "Yeah, hey Greg, how do we do this?" And I was like, "Well, you got to come up with a slug line. Like, hey, I'm Matt the blind treasure hunter. And every time you say that, like when I say I'm Greg the Dive Master, they know that I'm a master of scuba diving. Well, or maybe not. But
navigation.
Yeah, whatever.
Definitely not navigation.
Right. But
leave navigation out of this, Greg.
Wait. Could they put a compass on that scooter for you, Greg?
Yeah, whatever, Barry the bugger. You know what bugger means in the UK?
Booger.
Yeah.
No, we're not going to discuss that. Right. And it was your idea.
Just don't go there.
Yeah, exactly. He knows better.
Thank you.
Yeah. But
Hannes would have to call that an addition of Greg the Dive Master. Unfortunately, cannot navigate.
Right. Who's drunk?
Me.
I think it's
but actually,
starting.
because
I've
you
done
talk
3
about
damn
it,
shows today.
Right.
He's exceeded his six-pack limit here today.
Jerry is fading quick.
Six-pack? Hell, I'm on 12-pack.
He's at 12-pack. Well, 3 shows.
Okay, all right.
And spring water.
All right, just quiet. Just be quiet. But regardless, Matt's story is pretty inspirational. It's cool. And, and all the stuff that he does, we joke about it. But there's a level of inspiration that it sets the line for people that think they're having a tough time. And look, if Matt can overcome these challenges that has been thrown his way, I mean, I think that says a lot. And we need more of those kind of stories.
Well,
we do.
Greg, I have been able to hang out with Matt and Bryce.
Are you sleeping while you talk, by the way? I see him on. Yeah. Okay.
He's losing it as the minute.
You can see this on YouTube.
I have been able to hang out with these guys.
Yeah.
For a week.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And they're so phenomenal.
Yeah, they are. They're good guys.
So inspirational.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not blind.
You're closing your eyes in solidarity with
still can't see anything.
Matt the blind diver. Oh, jeez.
Y'all been scroopy over.
Okay, just stop talking. Stop talking.
God.
But here.
Either way, they are phenomenal people.
Well, we need more stories like that. We need to spotlight them and use their stories to inspire other people to dive. Yeah. And so
drunk?
Quiet. So Matt and Bryce, we're going to, take him on some more scuba diving adventures.
We're going to take him on scuba diving adventures.
Yeah, I don't know. Last time we went diving with him, Matt said that was the best diving he had ever seen. And I was like, okay, I didn't know what to think of that.
Well, he says he can see a little bit.
Yeah, well, evidently. He said it was the best conditions he's ever seen.
Wait till he dives here in the summertime when it's 88 degrees out.
Right. Then they'd be spoiled rotten. But, they do this blackwater diving where they go for the megalodon shark teeth.
Cooper River, Greg will be doing good.
Yeah, well, we got someone who's willing to take us. So we'll work out a deal where we'll take him to some cool places and he'll take us to his cool places. And then, we'll compare notes. Now, what about
like Donkey Kong?
Yeah. What about the diving? Yeah, I know you don't dive much yourself, Hannes, right? Are you even certified or not?
Not yet. No.
Okay,
but I'm in process. So.
Yeah, but all the guys at Scuba Jet there in Austria, do they dive local or do you know?
Of course, yeah, absolutely.
So what is the diving like in Austria? Do you know?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I mean, actually, it's because you would think that Austria, I mean, as it's a landlocked country, right? You wouldn't have much diving there, but that's not true actually, because there are a couple of hundred of lakes there, right?
Okay, so a lot of lake stuff.
A lot of mountain lakes as well.
Oh, okay, so it might be clear water because it'd be like
my alley, Greg.
Yeah, and actually, as one of the most inspiring dive places is actually in Austria.
Yeah,
that's like a little valley that gets flooded right after winter time.
Right,
and so usually in summertime you can hike there. But
okay, right in the summertime you sing around the mountaintops like the Sound of Music.
Here we
go. Exactly.
Again.
Yes, dancing, and singing.
Then the snow melts. And then you go off and dive in the lakes.
Dive in the lakes.
And the water's pretty clear because of that, too.
It's super clear, yeah.
But
35 degrees.
Yeah, I was going to say a little on the chilly side, though.
It's probably a little bit on the chilly side.
Yeah.
But
what is the shrinkage factor? Does that translate into German?
About 5 inches.
Well, it does, but I'm not going to go into that one.
Okay. Yeah, you don't want to. But regardless, but they have diving there.
They have definitely diving, yeah. And I mean, it's also not that far from the sea, right? I mean, if you want to go down to the Mediterranean, I mean, it's about, depending on where you're in Austria, but it's about 2 hours.
Oh, okay.
So it's not too bad.
And that can be real nice diving there, can it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And then also you can fly down to Egypt or something. It's all
do the Red
close.
Sea thing. There you go. All right. Yeah. So they got plenty of options. And, they got the cool toys, that German engineering and stuff with like the Scuba Jet. So you can really make the most of it, cover a lot of ground, like you said. And, that's the thing. You can either stop and smell the roses or look at the corals, or you can cruise around looking for stuff and kind of get like almost like a drift dive without having to drift, or work at it. That's the thing. You don't even have to kick.
Well, as long as you got the Scuba Jet.
Well, that's right. Yeah, you get that. Barry's thinking like, gosh, I could dive. I don't even have to move my fins. That's efficient. Very efficient.
Super efficient,
yeah.
Scuba Radio.
Would you like to talk diving? Greg the Dive Master's all toweled down and ready to take your call now. Call Scuba Radio at 1-888-88-SCUBA.
Power, simplicity, reliability. It's what you demand of your dive computer. And Shearwater delivers. Shearwater evolved out of one tech diver's need for a reliable, easy-to-use rebreather dive computer and quickly became the tech market leader. Now recreational divers have taken notice. The Shearwater Peregrine is a simple, full-color, multi-gas dive computer. It's also the most economical Shearwater dive computer released to date. Check it out and the entire line at shearwater.com. Shearwater, dive computers for demanding divers.
Hosting a radio show about scuba diving, flying, and boating is one of the best gigs on the planet. It's actually part of my job to check out and report on cool new products I personally use to enhance my diving, flying, and boating adventures. However, I do believe in sharing the joy, and this is why I wanted to tell you about Nanook Professional Protective Cases. Nanook cases are designed to protect the most sensitive equipment in the harshest environments. From their high-impact NK7 resin to their exclusive Power Claw latches, Nanook has raised the bar for those of you that demand the best protection for your gear. Plus, Nanook cases generally cost less than similar products currently on the market. From an iPhone to a full set of dive gear, whatever you need to shield from the elements, Nanook Professional Protective Cases has the size, shape, and color for you. Go to nanook.com. That's NANUK.com for Nanook Professional Protective Cases. The evolution of protection.
Hey, baby, what's going down?
Later, nerd.
Are you lacking with the ladies?
Nope.
Enhance your scuba superpowers with a new ScubaRadio hat.
Wow, nice hat.
Just picked it up at ScubaRadio.com.
Buy 2 ScubaRadio hats and get free shipping.
Need a dive buddy, sexy?
Always. And I got a Scuba Radio hat for you, too.
New ScubaRadio hats are now available at ScubaRadio.com.
So cool.
Order yours today, or stay a loser.
surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Here comes old Greg. He's a scaly manfish. He's Greg the Dive Master. What you doing in my waters? The show is a disaster. I got something to show you. He's Greg the Dive Master. Hi there. Master. Dive Master. Dive Master. Dive Master. Come on, Greg. Pleased to meet you.
I'm Nart. Hello, fishies.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am old Greg the Dive Master. Yes, I admit it.
Yeah, well, you are.
And look, this is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. Hannes in the studio with us today. Kind of unique to have this happen and very nice. I mean, all the way from Austria. So thanks for coming, first off, huh?
Thanks
Hannes?
for having me. Yeah.
And I apologize in advance, so hopefully we're covered, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, I didn't want to create any kind of international incidents with having this kind of worldly, approach with the show today.
It's an international incident.
Yes.
You better take them out to dinner.
That's true. We are going to do that, and you're not invited. So
Of
suck
course.
it, losers.
What about the Florida crab, right? So
Yeah, the Florida stone crab.
Yeah.
They don't have those here in Orlando. Sorry.
Yeah, they do. Don't
Unless
don't
unless
let him lie to you, Hannes.
we got to
They
get the
do.
Aqua Gypsy to deliver, and she's all the way down in Fort Myers. So.
Well, you could always hop on one of your little private airplanes and fly down.
Well, there you go.
there
you can
we
do
go.
that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Barry, make sure you give me your credit card at the end of the show. We will be good to go. All right. Anyway, just a couple other things. ScubaJet.com. Go there and find out all you need to know about the Scuba Jet. Not only are we using it here at Scuba Radio, we're also, these things are becoming very popular with Hollywood. Like you mentioned, James Cameron and their crew from Avatar are using these things. And it's kind of an impressive tool in that regard. You can really do a lot with one of these things. And one of the nice things about it, is that it has like this attachment on the top where you could screw on all kinds of cameras. And that's what, the Hollywood's using them for, right? They're using their scooters and they're just putting their big fancy cameras or something as simple as a GoPro. It has a mount built into the unit, right?
That is correct. Yeah, we have this universal rail on here. So on that, you can mount any type of gadget at the end of the day, right? Whether it be a GoPro or it can be an action cam or even, a compass at the end of the day, right?
Well, there you go.
And we actually working with some of the...
Greggy needs a compass.
Quiet!
Actually, what we are trying to do is also we are cooperating with some of the camera housings companies, right? And they want to put them on the camera housing.
Yeah.
So that you can actually propulse your big cameras, right? Because they're pretty heavy usually.
Exactly.
And it's going to help them to move around. And they're actually experimenting with it already. And they're super excited about it.
Oh, I bet.
So,
I mean, once again, that was one of the things I didn't even realize. I could mount my GoPro right to it, real simple. I mean, it's just built into the unit.
Yeah, and the cool thing is also because of the heaviness. I mean, it's a really light device, but still it's more heavy than when you hold it in your hands, right?
Right.
So it's actually pretty stable. So the picture quality is much better.
Yeah, the dive package has a 2-handle unit on it, and you really need that to get a good steady shot, even if you're working with a GoPro and things like that. So,
and especially me coming from the film side as well, right? I've been pretty excited about it too.
I bet. Yeah. Are you going to do some big projects with that yourself, maybe?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, he's been on some big movie and TV things, right?
Yeah.
He does all kinds of crazy stuff, Hannes. It's impressive.
Thanks.
Kind of a big deal. I mean, we've had a lot of big deals on the show today. Matt, Bryce, Hannes. Well, and that's pretty much it. So,
Thank you, Greg.
Yeah.
I love you too.
Okay. But yeah, once again, these are really interesting things to use as a diver. If you've never had the opportunity to dive with an underwater propulsion vehicle like a scuba jet, you really haven't had nearly as much fun as you can. And that's what I love about these.
Very fun.
They can be, once again, very mission-based type of tools that you can use, or you just use them and have fun. I mean, one of the things I've done with this, you say you're a snorkeler, you haven't got certified yet. You could use these as a snorkeler, obviously. Say if you went over to Bimini and, I don't know if they still allow it, but maybe I think the spotted bottlenose dolphins that you don't dive, you only snorkel, and you take a scooter with you, the dolphins go crazy.
Yeah.
Have you heard about this?
I heard about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they love, because basically what they tell you is like the bubbles scare the dolphins away, so they make you snorkel. But if you have a scooter, obviously you can do so much more, twisting and corkscrewing and stuff like that when you're going through the water column, and they tell you to look interesting, and the dolphins will come in and check you out. And they're not, baited with food or anything. They're basically interacting with you because they find you interesting, and the scooter helps you do that. Jerry, what say you?
So I just want to know why he has not been certified.
Well, he's working on it. He's busy. He's been filming TV shows and Hollywood movies and things like that.
I think I have a pretty easy answer to that. So, I mean, as I said, I just recently joined the company, right?
Yeah.
So in November, right now it's freezing temperatures out in Austria, so it's pretty hard to get certified there right now. So,
would you like Jerry the Diver Guy as your dive instructor?
Absolutely.
You're nuts, honest. Don't do it. What is wrong with you?
Greg, come on now. Don't throw me under the bus yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
I'd be more than happy to take him to South Florida, throw him in a Gomez Hilton swimming pool.
Okay.
Do all of his checkout dives, and throw him in the open ocean.
All right.
I'm fully up to that, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
When you look at Jerry the Diver Guy on our YouTube and Facebook and Twitch
I
feed,
don't look like much.
he looks like
he looks a little sleepy.
He looks like he's a talking zombie, doesn't he? Oh, brother. Okay. Well, we apologized in advance.
You can't get a better instructor, though.
Yeah, there you go. See, Jerry or Barry, they vouch for each other, even though they hate each other's guts sometimes. I don't know. It's a love-hate relationship kind of thing.
I didn't say that.
All right, they're lovers. I don't know. We'll leave it at that. When it's something, or maybe somewhere in between. But oh golly! All right, well that's it for this week. Till next time, remember it's always better. Where, gang?
Down where it's wetter.
That's right. Safe diving, everyone.
If you be pressurized there, you'll want to be there on Scuba Radio. Let's go!
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Scuba Radio. This seems the logical place for fish to congregate.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past editions of Scuba Radio worldwide over the internet at ScubaRadio.com.
So we're in international waters? Indeed so.
Tell a friend and buddy up with your radio every week for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Well, it's all very nice here, but we should be going. I miss me wife and me oxygen.
Yes, we all miss our loved ones and gases. Let's go.
The opinions you just heard on Scuba Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests.
Okay, what I just heard? Blah, 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 blah.
They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
Come on, quit yanking me.
Scuba diving does involve risk and should never be conducted without proper instruction and training.
Oh, what's the worst thing that could happen?
I could die.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at ScubaRadio.com.